Welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans for the fans, and I am back with Lucas. We are here to talk about some WWE Backlash 2017. Lucas, I don't want to waste any time. We just did the NXT Chicago video. If you guys want, make sure that you go through, check that one out. If you guys want to help out the channel, please hit the subscribe button. We are on the road to 100 subscribers. We're getting so close. I think once we get to that road, it's only uphill from here. We also are going to talk about Backlash, the lack of build for it, Smackdown Live, how it's been feeling since they've shaken up the brand a little bit. I'm not really the biggest fan of it, but you want to help out the channel, elbow drop that like button, super kick it, punch it, do whatever you want to do, and be sure to subscribe. Lucas, kickoff match, Ty Dillinger, Aiden English, no build up. What do you think?
Ty Dillinger, next match.
Same. The artiste Aiden English. I feel bad for the dude, truthfully.
I do too.
We were talking about it before. I like your idea of putting him in a tag team with who did you say? I like
Jack Gallagher.
Yeah.
I originally wanted like those, him and Simon Gotch to be like in a stable with Jack Gallagher and just call themselves the Gentlemen or whatever they call it, whatever you call them, and then just go around doing gentlemanly things in the background.
Right.
That'd be kind of fun.
With a name like the Gentleman's Club or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, yeah, the Gentleman's Club. They should do that.
Yeah, it's got a little funny like punchline to it, like you were telling me off camera. And
yeah.
I'm like, that could work. So we're both taking Ty Dillinger. It looks like for that opening match. Ty seems like he could be floundering a little bit. They seem to have forgotten about him on SmackDown.
I mean, they don't have a lot of room for him. They only have so much time to do any of these feuds. I mean, you only have so much room. So it's like, even though you'd have good young talent, I mean, I could use a sports analogy. Like when a rookie comes in, you're not going to put him on the top line unless you know he's automatically a star. And I'm not talking about like guys that have had years like Finn Balor or Shinsuke. Like those guys have clearly veterans of the industry. But when it comes to WWE, they're rookies in the WWE. They have never been in the WWE before. So, but other guys you'd put lower in the card, let them work their way up, and let them show the people that they're actually good wrestlers who don't watch NXT. Some people don't watch NXT, so they have no idea. Especially the casual fans not going to want to watch NXT. So I feel like they've necessarily forgotten about him, but there's no room to put him into anything yet. So I think that's the biggest issue. You have to wait for some of these feuds to dissolve before you can throw him into something if you think he's better than the other person.
I'm with you. I just hate this brand shakeup. And SmackDown seems like they kind of got hurt a little bit from this, and Raw got better. Eric Rowan versus Luke Harper is another match that has been added to this card.
Oh, I didn't have that down.
This match seems like a pretty much open and closed case for me. I believe Eric Rowan won the first fight between the two, so I'm going to go with the 50-50 booking of WWE, and I'm going to go with Luke Harper is going to get the win here.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't realize they added that to the card, but yeah, I don't know why Harper wouldn't win. I mean, he's, I think, a better wrestler in the end.
Right, but Rowan needs the build too, though. Rowan needs victories and stuff to make people care about him. I mean, he goes with this like creepy weirdo gimmick, kind of.
Yeah, but there's only so many wrestlers you can care about. I mean, who do people care about? You care about Owens. You care about Styles. You care about, well, few people care about Orton. And then like people care about Zayn. I mean, you got a lot of people to care about. They just, you can't care about everyone at the same time.
Save that thought, because that's going to come back up in a couple matches.
I'll save the hell out of that thought.
Let's get into Sami Zayn versus Baron Corbin here. This is the first match that sparked some interest for me a little bit. Lucas, who do you got taking this match, or any thoughts about this feud?
I didn't put anyone down originally because I didn't know, because Corbin's been just running through people all the time. But I feel like, with Zayn being on the show now, you gotta do something with this guy. He's a good wrestler. Why is he not, in the upper card? Like I said, but it's because you can't care about everybody. But at the same time, I feel like he should win this match, just because if he doesn't, then what are you doing with him? Then he might as well have stayed on Raw. He wasn't getting much of a push on Raw. If he's going to come to SmackDown and not get a push past Corbin, who's destroyed, he's destroyed AJ Styles before. It's like you could, if Zayn wins, then you really kind of put him in the conversation of maybe being a main event player. So that's kind of who I'd go with, just because I'd just like to see that happen.
So your prediction is Sami Zayn?
Yeah.
All right, we got our first disagreement. I like it. I am going with Baron Corbin to win, because you can quote me, you can timestamp it, and I believe I was the first person to say this. Baron Corbin is winning Money in the Bank. I don't care what anybody says.
Okay, I can see that.
For the SmackDown brand. I think Sami Zayn has to keep getting put in these positions to where he almost wins it. Similar with the Jinder Mahal match. He had him in the corner for the haluva kick. He loses. He's going up the ladder. He could grab the briefcase. He loses. Sami Zayn has to continue this lovable loser path, I feel, for us to appreciate him later on in the story. And usually how WWE's crappy booking goes, Sami Zayn would be a perfect person to have the briefcase and constantly still keep losing and then finally win. But since they do that so often with everyone, that's not special. So I say you keep letting Sami lose until he can't take it anymore. Similar with him in NXT, to where it's like it's either do or die. If he doesn't win this, he's done. He's screwed. Or he has to win it in some shocking fashion on a regular show, like, oh my God, I never thought that would happen. That's so cool that they finally let him win. Zayn should continue looking like an underdog. Corbin wins. That's who I'm taking for this match. You got to keep Corbin looking strong.
I guess. I mean, he already does look strong. It's just, he's
stronger.
AJ. I mean,
he hasn't beaten any upper tier guys, and I think Sami Zayn is that like perfect. He's the upper mid card guy that like, okay, once you get past him, you can do something now.
It's what you're saying is convincing, and I don't like that you're saying it.
That's fine.
I don't want. I can't. I don't want to change it now. I have to stick with my guns.
That's right. I mean, that's right. That's why I asked you that question first.
Yeah, I don't like that. I want you to ask. You're going to do the next one first.
Yeah, that's fine. We get to, what is this team called? Glow, Flame, and Honor, or Legend? I don't know. Naomi, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte versus the Welcoming Committee. For the record, I hate that name. And if SmackDown says that name one more time, like, it drives me nuts when I'm tweeting about it, like during like the live tweet ups and stuff.
Why are you tweeting about it?
Because it annoys me how many times I heard JBL say that. Next time, keep a counter. You know what? Are you still drinking your drink there? How about every time they say it, next time that they say it on SmackDown, you take a drink. And I bet you will be plastered before we come on here and do a show.
I probably would be.
Yeah, after.
It'd be irresponsible to do that. But anyway, there's a whole issue we got to talk about here. You're a grown man, I'm assuming in your 30s, and you're tweeting?
Yeah. That's how you get fans.
Wow. Well, no, it's cool. Whatever.
At EPW Show on Twitter. So anyway, we get into this match. I got the Welcoming Committee getting the victory here. And I know that sounds odd because Carmella's gotten 2 pinfall victories over Naomi. And I think that could be like a SmackDown match or something that leads her into a buffer feud. But I predict Charlotte is going to turn in this match on them. Because everyone doesn't know if she's heel, if she's babyface. Charlotte should be a heel. She is meant to be a heel. Leave her as that. That is my answer to it, and I think Charlotte turns.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I didn't care about this match, so I never really had an answer for who was going to win it. But I like that idea that Charlotte would turn in the end. I mean, she could. She kind of hinted at it in the promo that she was coming after the title, regardless, when the match was over.
I think everybody should say that type of stuff, though. Like, why wouldn't you come after the title?
Yeah, that's the whole point of you being there. But I think the Welcoming Committee should win, just because you want to try to keep. If you want to keep them as a stable, you got to keep them strong to show that they have some sort of hold over the women's division. And I think that would be important to have. So I'll go with them as well.
All right. So you're taking the Welcoming. Oh my God, you said it again. Welcoming Committee.
You said it again.
Yeah. James Ellsworth's part of that, folks.
I hate that guy.
And I'm pretty sure he's going to take a pretty nasty bump from either Becky Lynch or Charlotte in this. Just calling it.
I hope so. I love how they always refer to him as a woman too. That's my favorite part. They always call her.
I don't know why that just made me laugh. Our next match, which is nothing to laugh about because I'm feeling for somebody's chin in this match. Shinsuke Nakamura
Oh,
versus Dolph Ziggler.
that one's one of the few ones that I think are pretty easy. I mean, Shinsuke's not going to lose his debut match in a pay-per-view, nonetheless. Yeah, Ziggler's not going to win. I mean, I think Ziggler's doing an okay job of boosting him up, but at the same time, I wish they'd find something to do with Ziggler that was more important. That's probably all they could do right now. But I think Nakamura is easily going to win this match.
Here's what I'm going to say real quick.
You agree with me, so I'm going to write it down.
Yes, I do.
I know you do.
Nakamura is my pick, but I want to say two things. Number one, Dolph Ziggler must leave the WWE if he wants to become a bigger star. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. He's in that same path that Cody Rhodes is on. He needs to leave, I feel. Not saying you're gone forever, but you can come back. But you need to go and venture out. Do something else.
I agree with you. I mean, because once I was pissed off when Cody Rhodes left, because I liked Cody Rhodes personally. I thought he was a very good wrestler. I thought he wasn't being used right, especially when he was friggin' Stardust. It was so stupid. And I heard that even later he hated that gimmick after the first week and a half. He wanted that to go away, and they wouldn't let him get rid of it. So he just quit. But even now, in the independent circuit, he's blowing up. He's part of the Bullet Club now. I like that he's referred to as the American Nightmare. His dad was the American Dream. I like that a lot. I think that's kind of cool. So, yeah, I think that it's probably a good idea for Dolph Ziggler to probably leave because he could do really well in the independent circuit.
I think he'd be a perfect candidate to add to Bullet Club.
You could, yeah, I could see him wearing the shirt.
Let him go work PWG or New Japan or Ring of Honor. Don't even sign with anybody. Just say, I will come in and do some shots. Let me do my thing.
He should do New Japan. I think he'd be good in New Japan.
I think he should call them. I'm saying he should loop them and go where he wants to go.
Well, he could. I mean, because New Japan, I don't think they have a
And I'm expecting this to be a great match still. As bad as that may sound, that Ziggler may know he's losing, I'm still expecting him to go all out for Nakamura.
Well, Ziggler bumps like crazy, so I'd like to see how he takes that Kinshasa. Personally, he's going to take it like he's getting his head cut off.
Yeah, well, hopefully he doesn't get his jaw knocked loose because this happened to me.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if Samoa Joe takes bumps as well.
King of Strong Style. That's because he's not the first one to have his jaw knocked loose. Hi, Dash and Dawson. Yes. So a guy's mouth is wired shut for taking it. The SmackDown Tag Team Championships, Lucas.
Okay. I like this one.
Here is my sleeper match of the night because both of these teams have impressed me. We have the Usos and Breezedango, or Febreze, that some people call them.
I like Febreze.
Or the Fashion Police, whatever you want to call them. Both teams have impressed me. I laugh at Breezedango segments and the whole high five, freeze frame.
Dude, their shit's good. That's fun. I really enjoyed that. And even the Usos, when they come out and do their promos after the match, I think that's awesome. The one they had on SmackDown last night was great.
The one the week before was even better, I thought.
I loved it. I think they're both doing really well. I kind of want Breezango to win the titles, though. I think that'd be fun.
I want them to win.
No, you didn't pick them?
I didn't.
No, come on.
Listen, I have to go by logic for the predictions. I want to win the prediction. I think the Usos are going to win. I know that doesn't sound right. Here's why. Because if the Usos didn't impress, I would have picked Breezango. But you have to go with the Usos because they impressed as well, and they already love those dudes. That was their main tag team a couple years ago. So they're going to definitely keep the belts on them until a team like Gable and Jordan or whoever is going to come there and beat them. And where are those guys? Oh, let's just waste great talent.
Well, honestly, I mean, the American Alphas haven't been that interesting to watch.
Because you don't give them time.
Yeah, I mean, I like their moveset. I like their matches. It's just they have no real showmanship that I think Breezango has. I mean, they're just fun to watch, and that's I think is the difference. I mean, look at it. Look at the history of WWE. They like showmanship better than they like wrestling ability. I mean, that's just Vince's thing. If you like The Rock. The Rock wasn't the best wrestler when he started, but his showmanship was so good, people loved him. He kept getting pushed to the top of the card. And then he ended up getting better as a wrestler, but I think showmanship matters more than wrestling ability. But now with the hardcore fans looking at like New Japan and the independent circuit, now wrestling ability is starting to matter more. Slightly than the.
You have to be able to wrestle to an extent.
You have to, but I still think Vince McMahon cares more about showmanship.
Absolutely, and that matters. I.e. Nakamura. I don't think Nakamura's the greatest wrestler, but Nakamura's energy, he's the only one in that company with it. I can't even describe it. He's just got the it factor. He's got the charisma that people love.
I mean, he does the same moves over and over again. I mean, not as often as John Cena does because he just gets his ass kicked and then does the same 5 moves every time.
I thought we were going to go one show without mentioning his name.
I had to. I'm not a big fan of John Cena.
Who are you taking to win this tag title match, Lucas?
I have to go with Breezango. I think that they're more fun. I think that them being tag team champions would be more interesting. I think you're probably right in your pick.
I will not be mad if Breezango wins, though.
I know you won't. You're a big Tyler Breeze fan. I know that. But in the end, it's more of a fantasy booking for me. I think Breezango would be more fun to have the titles. But I think the Usos probably have a really good chance of retaining as well. So that one's I'm kind of split on that, but I picked the fantasy side.
Let's get to the U.S. Championship match. The match that I think should main event the show personally.
Me too.
We have Kevin Owens. What is he going with? What's his gimmick right now?
Oh, the face of America.
Yeah, the face of America versus the phenomenal AJ Styles. Cool shirt I got from WrestleMania. Lucas, I'm going to you first on this one. Who wins this match? Because this was one of the ones I had a tough time picking. I
haven't picked one yet. I think they both have a good chance of winning it. But I think you've pushed Owens as the face of America so much that it was kind of like when Jericho won the title. It was kind of surprising because no one expected that to happen because he's pushing himself as the face of America so much. But then when he won it back, you weren't surprised because then it was like, oh, they can continue doing that bullshit. I don't know because they're both really good wrestlers, and I don't know where you'd go when either one won. Because if Owens wins it, he's still going to be the face of America. He's still going to be as douchey as he's been being. And Styles is more doing this because they can't put him in the main event scene right now. Because he was champion. So it's like, why, I just feel like they're waiting for this Jinder Orton thing to fly by before they throw him back into it. So I feel like Owens should win it. And I'd probably go with him because he's such a good heel. It's hard to take it off of him right now, especially when he just started this, because he's pissing everyone off, and they like when you're pissing everyone off. So
I'm going to agree with you here. I also have Kevin Owens winning. I thought it was weird that AJ was just kind of brushed out of this like world title picture, and I didn't like it. And I don't know if they just ran into that immediately because they wanted to try to build new, you know what I mean, just to switch it up because AJ's been in the title picture for a while. But I have Kevin Owens winning as well, and I'm wearing the man shirt. I want AJ to be great. I want to see him face Nakamura. I'm trying to figure out what they're going to do for SummerSlam. If it's going to be Styles and Nakamura, are they going to?
That'd be an amazing match.
Could they go Styles, Orton, Nakamura, Owens? You could mix that up. I see those 4 being the main players, but I don't know how it's going to play out at this moment. So I'm going with Kevin Owens for the win as well.
Yeah, I just feel like it has to be. I mean, Styles, you want to save him for something big. And U.S. Championship's not big, but Owens is really doing a good job, I think, making people hate him and making the U.S. Championship something worth having. So I'm looking forward to him actually winning that.
Final match, the main event that WWE's probably going to put on. Randy Orton, no dive, versus Jinder Mahal with the Singh brothers. Lucas, I don't know how I feel about this. Jinder has done a better job than I thought he would, but Jinder has not done it for me enough for me to care about this as the main event. I got Randy Orton winning this period. You have to go. And SmackDown, quick rant. SmackDown, where was Rusev last night? You promised me Rusev last week, and you lied to me. If you followed me on Twitter, you'd have known that. Where was Rusev? That angered me. And he was at a Predators game, but come on, dude. Like, yeah, that's where he decided to go instead of SmackDown Live, which maybe it'll fit into the story.
Probably a better choice, to be honest.
But Randy Orton wins this, and I think he moves on to face Rusev at Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I could see that, but I mean, they haven't pushed Rusev enough. I mean, I know that he's been injured, so that's why he always shows everything from like this, you know, the hip angle up to his face. But yeah, this match is weird because Jinder's not supposed to be in this match, but I think that because he is, I kind of picked him to win it because Randy could do with the loss, so that he could be the 14-time champion. Because John Cena's not there anymore, which I'm really happy about. But since John Cena became the 17-time champion, you know, I feel like it'd be interesting to see him and Orton go at it at like WrestleMania just to decide who's going to be the 18-time champion. So I feel like you need Orton to lose this so we can get it back again, so we can lose it again and get it back again to try to get up to John Cena's record. I mean, that's probably never going to happen, but I just think that's interesting because that'd be a great WrestleMania match.
So
I picked Jinder just because you're pushing this guy who came from Raw during the Superstar Shakeup. Why are you pushing him? What's the point in pushing this guy if he's not going to win the title? I mean, you pushed him into the main event scene. Let him win something then. I mean, if not, then he just goes back to being a jobber again. And Randy Orton is still Randy Orton. It doesn't matter if he loses. He's not going to lose anything if he loses. He's still Randy Orton. He's already solidified as a legend. So it doesn't matter.
When they made 3MB, who would have ever thought that Heath Slater and Jinder Mahal would be the ones on the main roster and Drew McIntyre would be on NXT?
But Drew McIntyre, which I'm still going to call him Drew Galloway because that's a much better name than McIntyre. I still think he's got a better chance at being a main event player than either of those two. Even though technically Jinder's in the main event scene, he's not a main event guy. But I think if you let him win the title, you let him build more. Because he's not. If he wins the title, he's not going to win it clean. The Bollywood boys are going to help him. You know, and people are going to hate him even brothers. More. Whatever you want to call him. I don't know. But I just feel like, you know, if Jinder wins it and he doesn't win it clean, the fans are going to hate him even more than they already do. And that's going to create such a great heel persona for him because he hasn't won anything clean. Not a single match has he won clean. So it's like, I mean, like, and I know how Vince loves pissing off the fans. I could very easily see Jinder winning this match, just pissing everyone off. You know, that'd be great. I think that'd be fun.
I want this to be a good show. So that's all that I can ask for out of this. Lucas, do you have anything you want to say before we end this?
We have a lot of differences here, more than usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's going to be, I don't know. I think it's kind of a weaker pay-per-view, but I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen. And I'll definitely be watching on Sunday. But
all right. Lucas, I thank you for coming on. Folks, this is Everything Pro Wrestling. Please, like I said, make sure that you punch, super kick, elbow drop, whatever you got to do, that like button. Hit the subscribe button. We are so close to 100. If you made it all the way through this video, in the comment section, right, I watched the whole thing. And leave your predictions below. I want to know who do you guys think is going to win between Ty Dillinger and Aiden English or Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal. But I want to hear all your predictions below. What do you think is going to happen at SummerSlam? Do you have a card in mind? What do you think would be the best card for the SmackDown side of things? If so, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for everyone who has supported the channel. We are out. Peace.